Viewing the Golden Gate Bridge is on your bucket list, right? In that case, San Francisco will exceed your expectations. San Francisco was chosen as the world's best city in 2021. Shopping, dining, sightseeing, a lively arts and entertainment scene, and well-known landmarks. The city has so many historic buildings and vibrant neighbourhoods that it's impossible to pick just 10 things to do. So here are the top 10 things to do in San Francisco that you should not miss. Let's get started, but before we do, subscribe to our channel, enable notifications, and don't forget to like this video. Number 10. Palace of Fine Arts Theatre. This masterpiece of Greco-Roman architecture was rebuilt in 1974, 2003, and 2010 for a World's Fair in 1915 that marked the opening of the Panama Canal. This park is also known as Marina Park. The man-made lake around the Palace of Fine Arts is a good way to show how elegant the building is. The Greek figures on the entablature and frieze show what the palace was used for. Because of its iconic beauty, this masterpiece has been in many movies. You can watch local shows in the 961-seat theatre or just walk around the palace's grounds to see how beautiful it is. Wildlife such as ducks, swans, geese and raccoons can be seen swimming and playing in the lagoon's waters. Check the calendar to learn about upcoming events that are offered at no cost. Marina Park is a popular photo op location due to its well-kept grounds, reflecting lagoon full of swans and vibrant flower beds. Number 9. San Francisco Hills. Get to know San Francisco from a new angle by exploring its hiking paths. While most people come to the city for the tourist sites and the nightlife, hiking in San Francisco is a neglected pastime that is a terrific opportunity to get to know the other side of the city. Explore the El Presidio de San Francisco neighborhood and its wonderful pathways. The grounds of this historic Spanish indigenous military station extend for 24 kilometers of paths. The Presidio is on a major flyway for migratory birds, so the many trails in the area are great places to watch birds. Great coastal hiking routes can be found in the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. There are more difficult hiking routes straight along the beach and, in some places, along the sandy coastal coastlines in this area. Number 8. Beautiful streets. Forested hills, breathtaking views of the ocean, and pretty streets surrounded with vibrant colours and cute houses. San Francisco has it all. Keep these places in mind as you drive or stroll around the city. Painted Ladies near Alamo Square, a street lined with colourful Victorian and Edwardian buildings that bring out the best in the home's period-appropriate decorations. From Alamo Square Park, you can see downtown San Francisco and the Painted Ladies from a beautiful vantage point. Lombard Street, popularly known as the crookedest street in San Francisco, is one of San Francisco's most well-known landmarks. Russian Hills Zigzag Road features 8 hairpin curves, and visitors should begin at the summit for the best vistas, then descend the stairs to take in the neighbourhood's grand homes and look skyward. You can also take the drive yourself if you have a car. Number 7. Golden Gate Park. Golden Gate Park is a great place for walks, picnics and reading. It's a great place to get away from the busyness of everyday life. In this 1,000-acre urban park, you'll discover gardens, meadows, hills, lakes, playgrounds and buildings. There are a lot of cool things to see in the park, like the Victorian-style Conservatory of Flowers, which is a glass greenhouse, the Murphy and Dutch windmills, which were built to grow plants from the park, the lovely Stowe Lake, the Golden Gate Pavilion, Strawberry Hill, the 55-acre San Francisco Botanical Garden, the De Young Museum, Japanese tea gardens, and miles of hiking and biking trails. There are boat rentals on the lakes, a buffalo paddock, bike and skate rentals, and much more. From the Haight-Ashbury district to Ocean Beach in the Pacific Ocean, Golden Gate Park is 3 miles long and half a mile wide. Number 6. Presidio. The oldest part of San Francisco is the Presidio. San Francisco was born on June 29, 1776. At the request of the King of Spain, it was built as the northernmost part of his New World Empire. He was worried that the English and Russians would set up colonies in the north. California was ruled by Spain until 1821, when it was given to the Republic of Mexico. In 1846, California became independent, and in 1850 it became the 31st state. Many pathways go through the Presidio and along the shore. Visit the military batteries at Marshall and Baker Beaches. Every Sunday from spring to fall, the Presidio's main parade field hosts Off the Grid, a food truck festival. In this area, you can taste dishes from dozens of different vendors, each of whom offers its own special spin on international fare. It's a pretty exciting town, isn't it? If so, then like this video right away. Number 5. Chinatown. Even though you can find Chinese restaurants all throughout San Francisco, the city's Chinatown is where you should go for the city's best genuine Chinese food. A food tour of Chinatown is a great way to enjoy the best Chinese cuisine. Chinatown in San Francisco is the biggest Chinatown outside of China. Since it's one of the oldest and most well-known cities in the country, it makes sense that it has a lot of Chinese restaurants. Many of these restaurants are run by Chinese immigrants who came to the United States ready to share their delicious family recipes. Explore the busy streets to find a wide range of dim sum restaurants, traditional restaurants, and bakeries. Number 4. Alcatraz. Many visitors to San Francisco include a visit to Alcatraz Island. A sea-locked penitentiary that has housed notorious criminals like Al Capone may be reached through a cruise on San Francisco Bay. All Alcatraz tour companies will include the boat ride at the price of your admission, as well as a tour of the famous prison, which is widely considered one of the top things to do in California. Once there, visitors can take a stroll around the island's perimeter and take pictures of the bay birds before being led on a tour of the historic prison cells. This is a must-do if you're visiting a major metropolis, and is one of the most enjoyable things to do there. It would be a shame to visit the bay and not stop by the island, which offers some fantastic photo opportunities. Number 3. Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf is San Francisco's most visited spot. It's known for being popular with tourists, so expect a lot of people, especially in the summer. At the northern border of San Francisco, Fisherman's Wharf is on the bay and has several attractions. From Ghirardelli Square to Pier 39, the neighborhood includes the Cannery, the San Francisco Wax Museum, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Hyde Street, Pier Maritime Museum, Aquarium of the Bay, Boudin Bakery Museum, and more. The San Francisco Sea Lions, San Francisco Bay Views, and dozens of shops and restaurants make Pier 39 the third most visited spot in the country. At Taylor Street, in the middle of Fisherman's Wharf, you can eat the world-famous Dungeness crab at one of the many outdoor food stands and watch the last of San Francisco's fishing fleet. Number 2. Golden Gate Bridge. Take a boat ride around San Francisco Bay to see the city from a new vantage point and gain a new perspective on the city. As you sail straight under the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge, take in the aroma of the clean air and feel the wind from the Pacific Ocean. Fisherman's Wharf is the departure point for a number of different cruise lines, all of which provide fares that are comparable to one another. On the wharf, finding a boat tour will not require you to seek very hard. In all likelihood, a tour operator will come to find you first. Put your feet up and unwind on a boat around San Francisco Bay after a day of sightseeing. On a beautiful day, this is one of the best things to do in San Francisco and the only way to reach Alcatraz Island. Number 1. Ride cable cars and streetcars. Travel aboard the world's last operating cable car system found in San Francisco. In 1873, Andrew Smith Halliday invented cable vehicles in San Francisco. For over 30 years, it was the city's main public transit system after being adopted by the public. Cable cars run 3 routes in San Francisco. Powell Hyde and Powell Mason are the most popular since they cross high hills and offer spectacular city views. Most people in San Francisco will tell you that the Powell Hyde line is the most exciting way to get around, and we agree with them. The Powell Hyde line begins at the cable car turnaround at Powell Street and Market Street. You can see the Coit Tower, Alcatraz Island, and San Francisco Bay from this route. As it goes north on Powell Street, it goes past Union Square and up to Nob Hill, which has the best views in the city. You'll also pass by the Cable Car Museum, which is worth a stop if you're interested in how cable cars work and their history. You'll cross Lombard Street, which is known as the crookedest street in the world, on your way up to Russian Hill. At this stop, Hyde and Lombard, you can see Alcatraz Island without any obstructions. The car then hurtles down the steep Russian Hill, and you end up at Fisherman's Wharf. There, you can join our tour of Fisherman's Wharf. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. We'll see you soon. Until then, keep travelling and stay safe.